Good morning, everyone. My name is Quang, and beautiful Sunday outside, obviously. So what more to do with a beautiful Sunday to be in here today to learn about some mortgage tips. My topic today is how to buy property with 0% deposit. Sounds interesting enough. So why do you need to talk to me today? I'm the designated broker for 88 International. I won the MPA Young Guns Award. So basically, it's a top 35 broker in the country, top 30 broker in the country. So I've been featured on Your Investment Property magazine, and I deal with a lot of investors. So I know what you guys are going through. Basically, you want to accumulate property, basically not be stuck in the rat race, working a 9-to-5 job. A quick question I want to ask. Hands up, who's here to learn about building wealth for your future? Yeah? A few people? Who's here, honestly, for the coffee machine? Come on, honestly. One hand's up, she's honest. Now, I want to ask you guys, why do we drink coffee? Ask yourself a say, why do we drink coffee? We drink coffee to wake up. Same thing as why do we buy property? We buy property to also wake up from the fact that you're not going to work to a 9-to-5 job, save money, and accumulate wealth and retire rich, right? That's not going to happen. So it's time to wake up by listening to us and mostly listening to my lending tips and tricks. So I've also published a book, so some good reason why you should talk to me as well. It's on Amazon and also on Kindle. It's selling pretty good. So a lot of tips inside. I'm also giving a free two books for free today in the raffle. And also I'm also giving out my 3 ebook when you talk to us. I have a USB and it has all my tips and trips and my book. So I want to really relate to the story of the coffee, right? So basically, a lot of reviews of the book. Before I do start, disclaimer, my solicitor told me to put this up. Use some discretion when you apply my strategy. Use some common sense. If you don't want to speak to me, speak to a banker, speak to a third-party professional before applying these tips. So, like I said, we're all here to build wealth. It's a Sunday. Why else would we be here, right? Like I said, we're all stuck in the rat race. To relate back to the story that I was talking about us, us being here, there's a story about a drifter, right? There's a drifter, and this drifter, or we can call it a beggar, sitting on the side of the road, right? Okay? For the last 30 years, sitting on the side of the road. A stranger walks by one day, and then the drifter goes, "Can you spare me some change?" And the stranger goes, "Oh, I don't have any change for you, mate. But what is that box you're sitting on? What is that box you're sitting on?" And the drifter has been sitting on this box for the last 30 years. And he goes, "Oh, it's just a box. It's been sitting on it for the last 30 years. The stranger goes, "Why don't you look inside? Why don't you look inside?" And the drifter goes, "No, I don't need to look inside. But for you, I'll look inside." So he pries open the box. To his surprise, elation, and surprise beyond belief, there's gold coins sitting inside that box for the last 30 years. Why am I telling you that story? Today, I'm that stranger. I'm walking by. You don't know me from a bar of soap. And I'm telling you to look inside yourself. And if you have a property, look inside. Underneath that property, there's a box. It's called equity box. Inside, there's gold coins sleeping there, right? If you have property, you probably haven't reviewed your property for the last 4 or 5 years. It's probably risen up by $200,000, $300,000. If your parents have property, you're a first home buyer, ask them to be a guarantor. They probably got $1 million sitting there, sleeping, without you knowing. You know that money that's sleeping there, you can use it to make money for you while you sleep. Which puts me to the next slide, is, does anyone know who this little lady is? She's from Disney. Does anybody know? That's Sleeping Beauty. But today, that's your property, right? What I want you to do tonight, go kiss your property and wake it up. Wake up Sleeping Beauty, because there's some sleeping gold coins waiting for you that you can utilize and purchase a property either before the 30th of June to take advantage of those tax incentives. Now you got to think about this picture. Who are you in this picture, right? Are you the guy down there just working for money every day, 9 to 5, hoping that you're going to get by one day? Or you got to be that guy above there where money's working for you? So basically, we're here today. We could be outside playing or visiting friends, but we're here to trade that opportunity to learn how to be that rich man. and hopefully I could provide you some tips on how to do that. So what I do is, in the industry, people call me Mr. ATM. Why do they call me? Because after this seminar, you guys will be out onto the next section asking, oh, there's properties, can I buy? What is the rate? Can I afford it? I'm a first home buyer, I'm an investor. Easy. I'm Mr. ATM. I'm a walking, talking ATM machine. You come to me, I calculate it, 5 minutes. I can give you your interest rate, how much you can borrow, how much equity you got, and also take into consideration the reason they call me Mr. ATM, because I don't care what banks you use. When you use this ATM, I'm fee-free. Okay? Remember that. I'm fee-free. So look at this. This is like a typical client. Has property, has a home loan, lots of equity. Let's design an investment portfolio to see how do we maximize those sleeping gold coins to buy another property, either through your personal or your super fund, and then make that tax deductible. How awesome is that? You can double dip the ATO, get another property, and by the time you retire, you have 3 or 4. Sell it, you'll be living on $4 or $5 million. That's a comfortable retirement, right? If you do nothing, nothing's going to change. So I'll just go really briefly on these tips because I'm the last speaker. I don't want to bore you guys out. Basically, I'll teach you when you talk to me on a one-on-one how to release equity, how to borrow 105% off the bank. How does that make 105%? 80% from the bank, you need 20% deposit, right? Because the bank's not going to lend you 100%. The other 5% is including your stamp duty, your legal costs, your EOI, everything, all tax deductible. How do you guys might say, oh, look, I'm on a low income or my income's not so great. How do I maximize it? Rather than going to one bank, I utilize 3 other banks to compete with each other to say, hey, let's give this client more because this client's will go to another bank. That's the benefit of using a broker. I have about 40 banks to compete for your loan. You go to one bank, they always tell you, oh, we have the best product. But compare to what? Compare to what? And I'll teach you how to use an offset account. A lot of people don't know how to use offset accounts. I'll teach you more about low dot lending. Some of you are self-employed applicants or maybe starting a franchise business or a startup business. You go, oh, I've just got an ABN for the last 2 years. My income's not great. I can use your BAS to borrow you 60% just from BAS alone if you're paying GST. Lending via super, also that's a really great thing. When you're getting paid rent in your super fund, when you create your own super fund, that's only taxed at 15%. But when you buy under your personal name, you're getting taxed the maximum tax rate, so 35 to 46%, saving about 50% tax already from buying through super. And the best thing about buying through super, when you're in your retirement phase, when you sell the property, 0% capital gains tax. How good is that? The biggest tax fraud ever, legal tax fraud. You buy under your personal name, 50% goes to ATO. So you got to decide if you're going to retire soon. Like I said, just got to brief through this. I've got 40 banks, and one thing I want you guys to take away is I'm here to save you money, okay? Get a second opinion. Look, if I could do some sort of things like this calculation, 500,000, your current rate might be lower, higher, I don't know. If I can get you 3.99% investor, save you 1.1, that's $5,500, right? $5,500 just on 3.9. I currently have a really good 2-year fixed rate, 3.69. That's pretty sharp, 3.69. $5,500. Now imagine, you want the banker to do this with your money? So you see that as the banker taking their family out on the beach with your money? Or would you rather do this with this money? $5,500 might not be a lot of money, but it does seem to be a lot if you're not asking that second opinion. Now, there's a lot of exit fees and stuff like that. Don't worry, say it's $500. Some banks are giving $1,400 just for you to refinance. They want your business. It's very competitive these days. They give you $1,400, it costs you $500 to refine, to change. You get $900 in your pocket. $900, what can you do with $900? You can probably have half of the EOI, I don't know. Look, it's pretty simple, quick. We do everything for you. And we're so confident with beating your rate. If we can't beat your rate, we'll give you $1,000 on the spot. Cash. So don't rob me, okay? I do have $1,000 here. Right, but so far no one has beaten Muhammad Ali. So I call myself the Muhammad Ali of the banking world. On top of that, I give free valuations. So these are not computer valuations. I actually send a valuer to your house and value your property. 4 or 5 valuers, I can get the best valuation. I can design a cash out report, how much cash out you can for each property to draw as a deposit. And they were giving out free tax consultations. I was working with the accountants. If you've got a credit default, I can clear that for you. I've got credit clearing. So you haven't paid your telco bill, whatever, I can clear that for you. We do car loans and business loans, just to let you know. So basically, I won't run too fast on this. And also, accountants are also giving away 3 self-managed super fund packages. So do speak to me about that.
What's that again?
So basically, a self-managed super fund, we're giving away a free package. It's up to $1,000. So if you want to...
What's in it?
So basically, if you want to start your own self-managed super fund to buy shares or probably think about buying property, speak to the accountants and they can offer you a free package. If you are to put on an EOI today or purchase a property to buy through self-managed super fund, we can give you that today as well. So speak to us more about that. Frequently asked questions. We don't charge you a fee for using us because we charge a banker fee. And when we charge a banker fee, it doesn't affect your rate. Actually, your rate is actually lower. We actually write $10 million a month. So that's a lot. And we can bulk discount on that for our company. Better than branches can get you. And
which is true because
true.
I'm actually one of Quang's client, and I went straight to NAB before, and I think got 4.1.
I think he got 4.51.
Yeah.
4.51. I got him 3.89.
Yeah. So he did actually, help me save a lot of money.
Yeah. Because the thing is, if you're an existing client, banks don't want to give you incentives, right? Until I tell them that the client's got to move. And then to facilitate that, I use other banks to scare them. And then they revise their rates.
So basically, Quang works like us as well, He's actually negotiating for us.
That's right.
Instead of us negotiating directly with the bank.
And it saves you a lot of time. You got no time to say. And look, I come as a free service to you. And it's a win-win situation. And just to let you know, I'm totally independent from 88 International. I don't get a kickback from any of these properties, so I'm not trying to tell you to buy property for my sake. Totally independent. My license restricts me from giving any property advice.
We're just helping each other.
We're just helping each other, and they're a very reputable real estate agent. That's why we work very well together. And if you don't want to read more about what my clients say about me, go to CWF group on Facebook. There's tons of testimonials about our service. And we offer, investment strategy, debt reduction strategy, if you come speak to us. We're offering a one-on-one consultation. Now, a lot of you guys will probably don't act, to be honest. I go to do seminars every month. A lot of you don't act. Main reason, don't have cash flow, plain aid. But the most important reason why people don't act is my partner won't like it. My wife, my husband, just stay with the bank for 30 years, that's it. Outside my comfort zone. But I'm telling you, if you don't do anything, what I said before, you'll still be that drifter sitting on that side of the road with that empty box you're sitting on, and you're just waiting for the next opportunity, and opportunities will just pass by and pass by. So I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm just saying the cost of inaction is opportunity costs, lesser assets and harder retirement, and financial costs. You could be maximizing your cash flow right now and living your dream. So as of today, I'm also, if anyone who's doing an inquiry, I also have a box that I'm giving away. So that box I was talking about, I have a box, a little miniature box. So basically there's a USB inside that has a lot of spreadsheets, and it's got my free ebook if you don't want the hard copy. And basically that's been given free today. And before I wrap up, does anyone have any questions on the floor? All good? Yep. We got 2 offices, one in Chatswood and one in the city. So the city is on 22 Market Street, outside QVB. Okay. And we've got about 5 to 7 staff assisting us. So it's just not me. The whole team's assisting you. Any other questions? All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time.
Thanks again, Quang.